Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzansi. Please, if you are new here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, and also follow us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission. Like our Facebook page. And then, as Africans, we all believe that the current situation of Africa is not deserving by the citizens of Africa, and then the only way we can bring an end to this current predicaments that Africa found herself is to fight for the unification of Africa. We can do it, especially with this generation of Africans, because we have the chance never before afforded to any generation of Africans to see or to prepare a better future for the next generation to come. So we must bring our energies together. We must carry on from where our forefathers left. It was the dream of our forefathers to see the unification of Africa. As Kwame Nkrumah rightly said, divided we stand, divided we fall, and then united we stand. So we must do everything we can to see the unification of Africa, if only we want to leave a better Africa for the next generations to come. There is a wind of change. There is a wind of determined young Africans calling for the unification of Africa. Is all over the continent and even beyond the continent. Everywhere you go, you see Africans calling for this change, because the African today believe that he or she, or as a citizen of that continent, deserve more than what we are getting today. So please join any platform that you think is working for the unification of Africa, for the liberation of Africa, for the freedom of Africa. There are hundreds and hundreds of platforms out there. And then we here in One African Mission, we have mother platforms. Continental Revolution. We have Emancipation of Africans. We have organic African Paradigm. That is our spiritual platform. We have ACUP, which is our political platform. So we got all these platforms. You can join it. If you don't know how to join it, contact me. I will link you up with the admin of this particular groups. You can join any one of them. Let us all bring to our energies together. Let us all come together and fight for the unification of Africa, because the only way, as we keep repeating, the only way we can overcome our predicaments, the only way we can bring an end to the exploitation of Africa is to see a united Africa. That is the only way. If not, if we today don't not fight for the unification of Africa, to free Africa from exploitation, 100, 200 years to come, Africa will still be exploited, and the children of Africa will still be dying in the Mediterranean Sea, and the children of Africa will still be disrespected everywhere they found themselves. We all know that we deserve better as citizens of Africa. So we must bring our energies together to fight for this freedom of Africa. Yes, we must have our differences, which was created by those exploiting Africa today, because they created the borders. We didn't create no border. Our ancestors didn't know no border. They have the freedom to travel all over Africa. But they came and created these borders, yet they opened their borders for their citizens to be traveling freely. But we, as citizens of Africa, as a citizen of Africa, I cannot move freely within Africa. Whilst those who created those borders to prevent us from moving freely, they open up their borders. A European citizen have the chance to travel all over Europe freely, without questioning, without anything. So we must put aside our differences. Sometimes we have to work together, or we have to work with people we disagree with, for the sole survival of all of us. We must work together with people that we disagree with sometimes. So we should put aside our disagreement, our so-called differences. At the end of the day, I don't believe we have differences. But even if it does exist, we must do everything to put it aside, because we have to work together. We have to work with people we disagree with for the sole survival of Mother Africa. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, today, so we are going to the African Union, Ethiopia, and then we also saw what happened. The Israeli representative to African Union or whatever, wasn't invited. She wasn't invited, but she still had the guts to go to the African Union for whatever reason. They know. She wasn't invited, but she still has the guts to go there. But thanks to the leadership of President Moussa Faki, she was booted out. As I keep saying, I have huge respect for President Moussa Faki now, because I call him the ceremonial president of Africa. You see, we already have the blueprint to be united, because the chairperson Moussa Faki, he's more or less like the president of Africa. The only thing we need is a African constitution, whereby we all, the 54 or 55 countries, we all will sign to that. And then we go, because we already have Chairman Moussa Faki, who is acting as the president of Africa. So thanks to his leadership and his office, they were able to boot this Israeli representative out of the summit. And then, well, let's go and see what inspired or what happened, and then come back to react a bit on it. It's a very short video, so let's go and see it.
Et donc nous n'avons pas invité des officiels israéliens à notre sommet. Nous avons constaté qu'il y a une personnalité qui est rentrée dans la salle avec un badge et naturellement, nous lui avons demandé de quitter le lieu. Nous sommes en train de faire les investigations nécessaires parce que c'est une personnalité d'ailleurs qui ne réside pas ici, qui est venue d'Israël. Et jamais, quand quelqu'un arrive ici, s'il est invité, il est invité par le président de la Commission de l'Union africaine. Nous n'avons invité aucun officiel et naturellement, donc on a constaté ça, nous ferons les investigations pour situer les responsabilités.
Yeah, so as you can see, I think according to the official website of the African Union, she was not the right person. She wasn't sent any invitation, but the Israeli government sent her for whatever reason, we don't know. And that is what they have been doing to we as African people. They're so disrespectful to us to the extent that even in our own home, they have the guts to do whatever they want. Because what happened here, it could not happen in European Union, the European Parliament or European Union. If the European Union is having a summit, annual summit, if they don't give you accreditation or if they don't give you invitation to come to the summit, you dare not go there. You cannot even think of going there. If the Americans having the same thing, you cannot do that. The Chinese having the same thing now, you cannot do that. But we in Africa, they have been so disrespectful to the extent that they think they can just, they see everything towards us to be normal. They can just wake up and send anybody they want. They can send any mad person they want to go and listen to or to go and attend a summit and listen to what we are doing or we are saying. But thank God, the African is waking up now. And these Europeans, because Israel is a European country, these Europeans doesn't want to understand that. They don't want to accept the fact that Africa, is a new dawn for Africa. They don't want to accept the fact that Africa today is not the same Africa 50 years ago, even 10 years ago. The nonsense we could have tolerated 10 years ago, we wouldn't take it today. And I am telling them, future generations will even make it worse for them unless they wake up to the realization that the African will not tolerate or will not take any nonsense from them anymore. So let's go and see what happened. We're getting this from Al Jazeera, and then I said that a senior Israeli diplomat has been removed from the African Union annual summit in Ethiopia as a dispute over Israel accreditation to the bloc escalated. A video posted on social media shows security personnel walking Ambassador Sharon Bahali out of the summit during the opening ceremony of the summit in Addis Ababa on Saturday. Elba Kalando, the spokesperson for the African Union chairman, said the diplomat was removed because she was not the duly accredited Israeli ambassador to Ethiopia, the official who was expected. So we give an invitation or accreditation to the Israeli ambassador to Ethiopia to attend, and then they decide that no, we can send any mad person. After all, who are you, these Africans? But thank God and thanks to the officials of African Union and the office of the chairperson Moussa Faki, she was booted out, which is a very good news for Africa. An AU official letter told AFP news agency the diplomat who was asked to leave had not been invited to the meeting, with a non-transferable invitation issued only to Israeli ambassador to the African Union, Alili Ad-Mansur. It is regrettable that the individual in question could abuse such a courtesy, the official said. Yeah, it is very unfortunate that they could abuse that courtesy, because we give you the invitation, but they have abused us. You see, they have abused us to the extent that they see it normal to do whatever they want to us. that is how they think. They think it is normal to do whatever they want to us. But thank God, or thanks to the officials in President Moussa Faki office, because I keep calling him President Moussa Faki because, in my opinion, he should be, he is the president of Africa. Yes, so they were able to take her out, and then which is a very good news for Africa, because we keep telling them it is a new dawn for Africa, and then we're not going to be taking any nonsense from nobody anymore. But these Europeans, they don't want to accept the fact that the African can look into their faces and tell them that we are not ready to take nonsense from them anymore. The Chinese come to Africa, they come to do partnership. The Russians come to Africa, they come with the same mentality. But these Europeans, they are coming to Africa, and they are coming with this arrogant behavior of thinking that the Africa is their property. And then we, the children of Africa, are their children, so they can do whatever they want and get out. But it is a new dawn. The African is no more ready to take this nonsense from them. And it's about time they realize it, for their own good, not for the good of Africa. Because we know that without us, there will not be them. We have everything that they want, but unfortunately they need it, or they want it for free. And then we are not ready, and we are not going to do it the old way. Again, it is a new dawn for Africa. So I thank you very much for coming around, and we thank the African Union chairperson office for this very brave, bold decision that they took to kick her out of that summit, that meeting. She wasn't invited, and if you are not invited, we will not allow you to come in. Thank you very much for coming around. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, and also like our Facebook page, One Africa Mission. Thank you very much for coming around.